This video is a quick introduction to Fireside. Fireside is web-based software that your office uses to communicate with your constituents. First things first, to log in, first you're going to want to be on the House network, and then you're going to want to go to the first and last name of the member, .emanager.house.gov. That's a unique URL for your office, and that will take you to your sign-in page. From here, put in your mail.house.gov email address on the right-hand side, and then put in your unique Fireside password. When you've got that, go ahead and click Login. When you do that, that's going to take you to the home page of Fireside. This home page of Fireside is going to be different based on your staffer role. Most people are going to see this general dashboard. This general dashboard has different cards with various graphs that explain different things. You can also go ahead and click this question mark or this chat button right here to go ahead and get help and get more information about what you're seeing on this page. The core of Fireside is your constituents, and so to find them, you're going to want to click this search icon. So that pulls up our instant search, and from here you can go ahead and type in anybody's name. So I'm going to search for Franklin Roosevelt, so I'm going to type in Franklin, and then as you see, as I type more, it's going to start narrowing down those search results. You can search by any of these column headers, so name, address, phone, or email, and that's going to narrow your search down for any one of those 4 column headers. When you find people, what you'll see is their name, then you'll see information if they're out of district. In this case, this person is out of district, they're in DC. And if they have any mail or cases or any special icons, those are all going to show up in this search right here. What you can do is if you don't find somebody, you can go ahead and click this blue plus button, and that's going to let you add a new person where you can fill in the contact information that you have and then click save. The idea in Fireside is that you have one record per constituent. We're going to go ahead and take a look at Franklin Roosevelt and see what information we have about him and how we've interacted with this constituent. What you'll see that's coming up is what we call his profile. It's got his name right here, and then all the different activity that your office might have with that constituent is in this feed right here. You can narrow it down by type just by clicking on it, and that will only show you the results that match that header. If you would like to log mail or start a case for that person, you can go ahead and click the blue plus button. You can also see more information about this constituent. On the right-hand sidebar, we've got their contact information. If you want to edit it or add in more info, you can click this pencil icon, and that's going to pull up their contact information. You can go ahead and add any of it here and then click save, and it's narrowed down by type just by clicking the different header. Now we're going to take a look at these other edit icons. If you click on this one, you can see their profile, so some of the fields they might have as a value, but then there are all the fields. Fields are how you store a ton of information about constituents. If you know the name of it, you can search for it at the top, add a value, and then click save. Additionally, people have affiliations. Affiliations are ways to tag people. So if you click this icon, this constituent is tagged as an elected official. You might have other tags as well. You can go ahead and add them and then click save to add those affiliations to a person's profile. Finally, the last thing that you might want to do, maybe somebody calls, maybe somebody walks in a letter, you can go ahead and log mail for them. If you're on that person's profile already, you can click this blue plus button, but from any page in Fireside, you can click this add button in the navigation. If you click that, that's going to pull up this log a message flyout. From there, you can go ahead and put in the message, so they called about a topic. Then you can go ahead and choose how you want to respond. It's going to default to assuming that it's a phone call, but you can go ahead and change that. So maybe they didn't call as a generic phone call. Maybe you want to put this in a batch because they really support the NDAA reauthorization. And so maybe your office has a special batch for that, so you can go ahead and search for that batch and then put the mail in that batch. You can also choose the form letter, which is the text of the response for how you want to reply to that constituent, as well as who to assign that mail to. On the right-hand side, it will fill in that person's name, or if you're on their profile, or if not, you can click Change Person in order to search for a different person and then you can say, hey, this mail came from that person instead. When you're done, you can go ahead and log it as a phone call, or you can choose any of these other options to log that mail. We're going to go ahead and click that log button, and that's going to log the message for that person. When it's done, you'll get the success message, and you'll be right back on the page that you were on. With Fireside, there are a ton of things that you can do, so we ask you to continue to explore the system. And if you have any questions, you can use this chat button on the right-hand side to get a quick question answered.